Hello everyone, I'm going to try to create a simple application for a recipe on Visual Basic Windows Form application, specifically to help Year 10s at UTC Reading, or maybe other people as well in the long run. So I'm going to call it my recipe program and create it. I'll just save my last program. You'll have to bear with me a little bit. I'm only running an i3 here, but hopefully we won't be waiting too long for the program to be created. Now I'm hoping that most students are nice and comfortable with creating their own form and putting buttons and bits on there. So you need the toolbox and you need labels. So I'm going to invent my own cookie recipe. Now I'm not a cook, so this might not be 100% accurate, but I will try and make it as realistic as possible. So I know you probably definitely need flour in a cookie. Save a bit of time by copying and pasting here. You're definitely going to need sugar. You're definitely going to need butter. And I think probably you need an egg, and then chocolate chips. Again, I apologize for all you chefs out there, but I'm not trying to teach the world how to cook cookies. I'm just trying to show people how to build a simple program in Visual Basic. Right, so there's my ingredients. Now I'm going to just put a couple of labels at the top here. So this is for one cookie, and then I'll have another one for total cookies. Oops, went into the code editor a little bit too early. Okay, so now let's get some text boxes in place where we can actually input the values. So they only need to be quite small. I'll just copy and paste those next to each of the ingredients. I know it's not very tidy, guys. If I had a bit more time, I probably would make sure it's nicely lined up a bit better. And then I will copy the whole lot and put it under total. Now, object names are very important in programming. I hope you've been taught that by your teacher. So I'm going to make sure everything's got an appropriate name. So that's txt flour. That's txt total flour. I'll call that one txt sugar, txt total sugar, txt butter, txt total butter. Now we're doing event-driven programming here, so that means I need an event, which is going to be the click of my button, to trigger the calculations. Just change the text on there to calculate. Right, for one cookie, let's say, I don't know, 120 grams of flour. Sounds realistic-ish. So when I press calculate, I'm going to work out how many cookies I need in total, but I've completely forgotten my quantity text box, which I need to add as well, which I'll put at the bottom. Again, you guys will be spending a lot longer on this, so you can make it nicely laid out. So that is where you can type in how many cookies you want. So I'll call that txt quantity, or quan for short. So I need to take txt flour, multiply it by txt quantity, and put the result in txt total flour. And I want that to happen when the calculate button is pressed. So time to start coding. Oh, by the way, it was just double click there. So double click on calculate, go to the code editor. Right, so I want to take the text from flour. So it isn't just this. Multiply by the text from quantity. And I want to put the result into total flour. Now, that's not going to work. Okay? Let me show you that it won't work. The reason it won't work is what it's trying to do is actually trying to multiply together the whole text box. But as well, what you want to do, there's my error message there. What I want to do is I want to multiply by the text within that text box. So the text that's in the flour text box, multiply by the text that's in the quantity text box. I want to put it in to the total flour text box. That should run. So if I want 3 cookies, it should be obviously 3 times 120, 360 should go in there. 360. Okay? And actually it will be very, very similar to code the sugar, the butter, the egg, and the chocolate chips. You'll just multiply by the quantity and put the result into here. I hope that helps, guys, and feel free to come see me or send me a message if you need any more help with this task. I do expect all of your work to look 1,000 times prettier than mine as well, because this is a very ugly design form, and I'm sure you'll have the time to do something a lot nicer. Thanks for listening. Dan out.